everyone. Check out this chain. Is this adorable or what? I am just falling in love with this cute wire wrap chain that I've been making. I'm actually making it to go with the pendant I just finished. This is one of my sea urchin pendants. And I made this cute little tassel here where I used some of this chain that I've been making. And I thought, oh, how cute would it be if I just used that chain to finish off and make the necklace part. So as I was working on it, I thought, hey, let's just do a real quick tutorial on this so you all can have fun making this chain too. All right, so what I'm using is Vintaj Parawire, 24 gauge. I like this wire because it is a non-tarnish wire. It's copper, but it's super soft. The great thing about the super soft is that it's super easy to work with, but the bad part about super soft is, well, it's super soft, which means it bends real easy, which is why I opted to do a wrapped loop instead of just an open loop. So to help with hardening the wire, I'm going to pass this through a couple times through my wire straightener. Not only does it straighten the wire, as the name suggests, duh, but it also, by running wire through a straightener, it does help to harden it up just a little bit. So, okay, I did that a couple times. I'm going to string my beads on here. So I'm using 11 seed beads and 6 seed beads. Okay, so I've got my 3 beads on there, as you can see. And I have not cut the wire off of the spool. I'm working on the spool. And I'm doing that because, because I'm cheap. You have the least amount of waste for making these if you started off on the spool. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. All right, so I've got my beads on. I'm going to come down about an inch. And I'm going to pinch it with my round nose pliers and bend the wire to 90 degrees. So I have a nice 90-degree angle there. I'm then going to turn my pliers and move the wire up about a third of the way up my round nose pliers. I'm going to bend the wire up and around like so. I'm going to open up my pliers and move what was the bottom to the top. And then I'm simply going to take this wire and bend it around the back. Okay, so you can see what I did. I just made that loop. Okay, now I'm going to stop for just a second before I finish and wrap that around, because I'm going to put my chain on there. Because these are closed loops, you have to attach it before you finish wrapping around, or you'll just have a bunch of single links and you won't be able to connect them together. So do you see what I did? I just strung that right on the wire. I just put the loop right on the wire, and it's going to click right there as it passes that joint. Okay, so now it's attached. So I'm going to take my round nose pliers, put it back inside that hole. Okay, so now I've got the loop we just made on there, and I'm going to just bend this wire with my fingers and wrap it around. I'm going to wrap it around a couple times. And I'm not wrapping it very close. I tell you, it's hard for me anyway. I know for some people it's easy. It's hard to video and work at the same time because I get so distracted by the video camera that I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay, so this is where I am so far. I'm just going to leave that little tail there for a hot minute while we finish this out. All right, here come the other beads that are going to make up this link. I'm just going to slide all of those down. Okay. And I'm going to pinch with my round nose pliers. See what I've got going on here? I'm going to pinch them, and essentially I'm going to do the same thing. 90-degree angle. Rotate my pliers up, move it about a third of the way up, come around to here, rotate those pliers back up, and then I'm going to wrap this around 2 times. Now this is a little tricky because, again, I'm still attached to that spool, so I have to walk it around the chain. But no big deal, just takes a little second. Okay, so I've wrapped it around twice. I'm going to grab my wire cutters And now I'm going to disconnect it from the spool. I'm just going to come in here and cut as close as I can. And while I have my wire cutters in my hand, I'm just going to nip off that little tail real quick while I'm in there. Okay, so really, did you see how much I cut off of there? It was like, I don't know, not even 1/8 of an inch of wire. That was the only amount of waste we had on this. Okay, so the last thing I need to do is just come in here and clean up. And by that, I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and I'm just going to walk those tails down a little bit. Make sure that they are nice and tucked in because I don't want any scratches, don't want any, sharp ends poking out. And then I like to give my loops a little, let me squeeze that guy. There we go. Sometimes you just have to teach it who's boss. I like to give the loops a little squeeze and just make sure that they're lined up and looking nice and looking straight. All right, and then we're done. We've got our nice little loop on there. And another link in the chain. So, okay, I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, check out some of my other videos. I will be posting more content. I know I've been absent for a couple of years, but I will be posting some more bead weaving and other craft and jewelry ideas. So give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment. Feel free to subscribe and click the bell if you want to get notifications when I post new content. All right, bye, y'all.